What up, people? It's your boy Donald Wonder, and I'm back here to do a movie review for you. And in the UK here, we're kind of late to see the movie Straight Outta Compton, but we finally did get to see it. And you know, I'm gonna do this review a little bit backwards. I'm gonna give you my rating right now. It's a first-class movie, guys. This movie is getting a lot of great word of mouth for good reason. This movie isn't just. It shouldn't be typed as just a black movie or a movie about hip-hop music. This movie has got to do with, you know, a lot of the things in this movie is even relevant today, especially with the black issues in America with the police and such forth. But it's a great historical movie. You don't need to be of a certain type or a certain type of people. It's a lot of good history here, a lot of good character stuff, great acting, great across the board. It's not what I would call a perfect movie where, you know, everything was done right. There was little things I didn't like here and there, but it's perfect for what it's doing. And overall, I don't have anything to say about it. The box office numbers on this movie, the budget, how what it's doing is actually phenomenal. It's just one of the best movies I've seen in 2015. I saw it with my peoples in the cinema in London because it just got released yesterday as the recorders of this movie, and we had a great time. It was a great mixed group of people, old, young, white, black. We all went to see it. We all had a great time. But I want you guys to hear my people talk about it, because not just me. You all know what I think. But we're late to the party on it. But you know, it's getting a wider release now. It is one of the best movies I've seen. I can go on and on and on. But check out my people's thoughts, because it's definitely deserves all the acclaim it's been getting.
Tyro Media.
Alright guys, we're back from seeing Straight Outta Compton 2 weeks after you motherfuckers Americans have already seen it. God damn, we're so late to the party on this one, but still, it's a really, you know, it was a really great movie. I don't really have much negative to say about it, so I'm gonna let my people talk about. And you know, man, you were scared to see this movie, weren't you, Simon? I mean, damn, son.
I'm scared now. I feel like we need more police on the street, and I think the black community needs to take responsibility for their actions. The black leaders. I'm like, man, I'm so pumped right now. Like, this movie will make you want to set cops on fire, which is a good thing. Yeah. Fuck him. Fuck the police.
Fuck the police, man. You understand?
That's my review right there. Fuck the police.
So overall, you guys happy with the movie?
Oh yeah. One of the best biopics I've seen.
True.
Really, definitely.
There's been a lot of black biopics. There's a lot of them like Ray and one with Loman's Tate. There's been a lot of black biopics. This was, we did, go on.
Well, mainstream successes, I mean, was it this year or last year that Andre did?
Oh yeah, Always By My Side. That Jimi Hendrix one.
Hendrix.
I heard it didn't do too well.
Well, they couldn't use the music, could they?
They couldn't use the music.
I mean, nothing that really came together this well. I mean, to get into the actual review, in terms of movie quality, acting, directing, cinematography, all ace. So it's nothing like. When you see this movie open up, the opening scene is so cool. Yeah. I mean, it's really, really expensive, really well shot. It's like a summer blockbuster movie.
It sets the tone. It shows that Eazy-E was a real motherfucker, man. He was hardcore, gangster.
Yeah, he's that short guy you grew up with who always, he's the first one to fight, but he usually finishes the fight too. You want to get your quarter.
Yeah.
So the film's got a lot of praise for the actors. The cast are great. The way they portray the acting, the way they portray the characters are great. So what do you guys think of that?
Excellent. I thought all the casting was perfect.
Yeah.
They got Ice Cube's son.
Yeah.
Just like him. Yeah. That was perfect. The guy that played Tupac.
Yeah. Oh god, that freaked me out.
Oh yeah. All the cameos from like the famous names like Snoop. Yeah. Tupac.
I didn't think Snoop was that good though.
Yeah.
His voice was good, but it wasn't tall enough.
I just kept laughing because it's like, yo man, that's cool.
Didn't you? See, I didn't think unlike a lot of the other characters, I didn't think he looked like Snoop particularly. Yeah. But I knew it was him because of the mannerisms.
His mannerisms
are pretty spot on, and the voice.
I think the cast had a great
coach on whoever getting all the mannerisms down. I think the attention to detail just made it very, very authentic. And I can't find anything to fault. I think, just like you guys, I think the actor was great.
You know what? It was super refreshing seeing unknown actors who
yes.
read for the part and didn't just announce it on Twitter like, I would like to play Dr. Dre in
great point.
BIOPIC.
That's a great point.
They actually got some motherfuckers who read it, and there were actors who were, like the guy who played Eazy-E, who completely unknown, probably no training, nailed it. Yeah, but I'm just saying, there are actors who just walk in natural. You have actors who are trained but never were given a chance. You have actors who are related, so they look the part, but they still have to read for the part. And no matter where they came from, they were all perfect, and that's why the movie shines, because everybody's so good.
They're not even, some of these people are not even actors. And they, like, Cube's son, not even an actor. First film he's acted in. And
Nick's out of the park.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
I remember seeing a clip from YouTube. Was he Ice Cube on Jimmy Kimmel or something?
Oh yeah, talking about
and he was saying that, you know, he, not because it was his son, he had to read for the part and do his homework, just like all the other actors. And he was also saying that, you know, there are people making cameos in the film, people complaining because they were in it too much, people complaining because they weren't in it enough. There was a lot of consultation going on, and you could see it in the film, the quality of the film was so good. The guy who played Tupac, I'm sorry, is he really dead? that has generally got me quite fucked.
There's some talk that they're thinking about, I don't know if it's a rumour, they want to do a Death Row Records pick as well with some of the same actors. Because Suge Knight had a really good presence in this movie.
That motherfucker's already suing them just for this.
Yeah, he is.
This movie ain't even about him. Now they want to make a movie about him.
But he had a good part. He had a pretty big part in the movie.
Yeah, so with him, very good.
Intimidating.
They set him up because he was just a presence anyway. The guy is actually a martial arts expert, I think. He is,
Suge Knight, martial arts expert?
No, not Suge Knight, the guy played him, the actor, not the actor.
I was confused. That's what he told me.
I think the martial art is called Black Fu. You grab a gun and you beat a motherfucker with it.
That plays Suge Knight. I think he's actually he does martial arts, stunt work and stuff like that.
Yeah, his favorite video game is Shaq Fu. You can jump on it. He's got a Shaq Fu training.
The only thing I have a problem with, and this is possibly coming from a female perspective as well. I remember reading a couple of articles about Straight Outta Compton, and they said about how the sort of the female aspect of it is kind of underplayed in terms of the abuse that a lot of the women suffered. And even Dre's come out this week
apologising about that.
And there were hints of it in the movie, and I did feel quite uncomfortable with those sort of negative parts of the women, like the roles in which the women played. And also they were even saying in this article that I read, the part that the Eazy-E's wife or partner played in it, in terms of her being quite a strong feminine character and backing him and stuff, and how that was quite underplayed in the movie. And I do feel that she was quite underplayed. Not the actor, she did an amazing job, but I mean in terms of it, that could have been a bit more. Showed like a bit more of a dynamic, so to speak.
I thought there was plenty of naked booty in it.
I
was like, this is a perfect feminist movie.
Actually, you know what? You guys have brought my only quibble with the movie, and it's so minor. And I have to take into the fact that it's a movie near the end. I don't want to say it got a bit kumbaya, but I was around the time that some of these events were happening. And the emotional wrap-up scene, I was like, it didn't quite happen like this. It was a little bit nicey, kind of movified to make it a little more...
If you know what happened in real life, as like you do, you're be like, nah,
it didn't happen like that, but it's a movie, so they didn't stretch it to the point where that didn't happen like that, but...
It's emotional though.
It's
emotional, you can tell from this one.
Someone was sobbing quite a bit. That's not bad,
I just think, even with all the flaws that were shown for each of the individual characters, like, they are human beings, and human beings are flawed. I did connect with them, and I did get where they were coming from. And all the time I was watching the film thinking, man, I hope you guys sort it out, knowing full well that obviously that wasn't gonna happen. And that's what I think is the most devastating thing about the whole thing. Like, they set a tone, N.W.A, like, they've set the tone, I do believe.
And history, yeah.
History, man, like seriously, and they never quite got to really wrap it up.
Yeah.
And I think that was the most heartbreaking thing. Like, I found it quite heartbreaking, actually.
Yeah, there's a lot of tragedy with musicians and the music industry, and obviously another point we have to bring up is, you know, so many artists over the years have got screwed. A lot of black artists and white artists as well. But you know, TLC,
yes.
A lot of guys have been screwed by deals, not understanding the law, not understanding contracts. Paul Giamatti, one of my favourite actors, a wicked character actor, he was phenomenal in this movie, as well as a lot of the other characters. But honestly, I felt this movie, as well as the characters and the music and stuff, it did a lot of history for what was happening socially in America at the time, for black culture and the music.
King thing.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't hate police enough after the first hour, they're like, remember this shit?
Yeah.
Remember how they got off of it?
And it's so ironic with current events in America.
That's what pisses you off, because you see how nothing has changed, and that.
Oh, you know what? It's not even that nothing has changed in life. There's certain things, racism, that us as humans aren't getting over, even after all these years. You know what I mean? It's history, they say history repeats itself. I don't want to get too philosophical, but I'm just saying it's sad to see 20 years down the line we still have these issues, even though technology is better, even though, you know, there's more integration.
You're gonna give him a motivational speech like a motherfucker?
The motherfucker that came on the bus with a gun in the head.
Well, I thought it was good though. He comes in, you should be gangbanging those books, man. I was like,
he should be a fucking teacher.
That was good. I thought that was, I knew what was gonna happen. We were doing those gang sounds. I'm like, you're gonna get fucked up, man.
Idiots, man.
Well, guys, I know you probably don't know what we're talking about. There was a really good scene on the movie. We don't want to spoil. But it was really, really good. But you know, overall, let's wrap this up. This was a great movie, a great biopic, one of the best movies, definitely one of the 3 best movies, I can only think of 2 anyway, of 2015 overall. And honestly, I just want to say, a lot of these musical movies, especially with black people, are labeled as black movies. This movie is more than just a black movie. I think it's a good movie about history, about music, and I think anyone should check out this movie, not just a black person.
It's not a black movie.
Special.
It was such a mixed crowd as well.
Yeah.
Because for all the fucking security, excuse my French, that they had at the bloody cinema, people were chilled. Like, we were chilled, and it was a mixed crowd. And even at the end, as we were leaving the actual screening, I saw people in there as old as like 50, 60, mixed couples, like, all sorts of things. So yeah, it's very different.
Man, hip hop and R&B and gangsta rap is mainstream now, isn't it? Everybody.
Oh ever since in those Step Up movies, they got pretty white people doing it. They're like, this is so cute. I'm gonna sign up little Susie for a class.
Well, that music doesn't even sell anymore. That music doesn't make any money anyway.
That's the thing with gangsta rap. Once you've got your rich 14-year-old white girls buying your records, you've made it. And I saw that, I was looking out for that in the crowds in the film.
Workers,
young white girl, there we go. They made it. Once you get the white crowd in, you've got the white people saying fuck the police, man, you've done it. They don't know what you're talking about.
That's why the whole N.W.A became such a huge threat anyway, because you had white middle class America, teenage kids buying it. The same reason why Eminem became a threat later on, because he had white middle class America buying his stuff and people were listening to it a lot more. So I remember like seeing, I think it's Michael Moore's Bowling for Columbine, for Stupid White Men, and he actually shows them on there condemning like rap music and how it condones violence. In the actual clips you see in the movie, he actually shows from that time and blaming it on N.W.A. And I was just like, no.
You know, the only problem I've got with this film, I thought they didn't really bring up the whole how they got the word N.W.A. Because Eazy-E goes, Paul Giamatti goes, what does N.W.A. stand for? No whites allowed. I might have missed something, but he just says that, and then Eazy-E's like, no. Means niggas without you. I'm like, well, they didn't just make it up there. I didn't really hear it.
Well, you're wondering if that's really what happened. I guess I agree with you.
That's one. Oh, that's a little nitpick. That just shows you how good the film is.
But actually, it brings up to what I would criticize about it. Well, again, very nitpicky, but I think for us it's okay because we grew up on this music. We have all the albums. We know the history. So you watched even a documentary the other day. So we kind of know what's going on in the background. So just hearing a beat or them in the studio, which they do a lot in this movie, of making a song, that's how you know where they are in their life. But the movie expects you to know that really often. For a movie that's over 2 hours long, you have a lot of little things that are kind of missing. And just from hearing, oh, this is a song Drake put on his first solo album, you're supposed to know that he's making a solo album. And that those parts, some of them are explained in the movie, and some of them the movie just assumes you already know.
Yeah.
So if somebody's like 15 watching this and he didn't do his research, which he didn't do because he's a fucking dumbass because he's 15, and he, you know, then I think you're missing out on some parts. And I hate it when biopics like turn to the audience and say, well, you should read up about it. And I'm like, I don't need to read up about it. I'm watching a fucking movie about it.
You know, you can say that, you can argue that it makes the movie more rewatchable because then you can go back and watch it again and be like, oh yeah, I get it now, so, you know.
But the thing is, if you know, do research, you know that, oh, that didn't happen like that, that didn't happen like that. If that's good, it's a film. You've got to, you know, it is a film.
Well, well, let's leave it there, guys. Come on.
That's go. Only one bad thing I know. The one bad thing about it is that it's not about the film really. It's just a shame that Tupac's dead, and Eazy-E's dead, because you kind of just want to see these guys make some more music. And stuff,
so should I pour some liquor out now?
You asshole, Simon.
You gotta fucking beat
it did make me want to like properly like go to my dad. My dad got the old vinyl system, the N.W.A, Straight Outta Compton, and everything. And I was like, man, I want to bounce to my parents' house now. And my dad just blocked.
Well, that's the point. That's the good thing about the movie. So
you want to take every rapper that makes shitty non-rap music now. It's like, remember rhymes, motherfucker.
Like Dre and all them. I'm not massive fan of Dre and all that shit, man. I like the old school stuff like this.
Wiz Khalifa is like, we the boys.
Alright, guys, let's wrap it up. We all had a good time though, right?
Definitely watch it. Watch it with Mad Max in a double dose.
Yeah. Two of the best movies of the year.
Straight Out the Wasteland.
He just played
California Love. Right there, you got a good segue.
Just got it.
That's the fucking link right there.